How's it going, everybody? We got a bit of a VOD review. I don't really do this too much, but you know, I've been playing a lot of Robin, obviously. You might have seen the videos on the channel. And this is from the Latin Americans Nationals Finals, right? Day 2. So this was the top 32 Robin deck that did pretty well. And I'm really excited to see because obviously I really love the deck. So I want to see how it does at a top level. And obviously it's going into Black Yellow Luffy, which is a very strong deck in the meta right now. But before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and also I'll have my links in the description. Recently we got a coupon code, Straw Hat Pecan, on Ned Garden for 5% off if you want to check out any of their playmats. And also we got our TCG affiliate link in the description if you want to support the channel in any of those ways. But let's get into this. I believe we got the Robin player going first, which not sure if they won the dice roll or not, but I personally still like going first in every matchup, even if the opponent's deck is a little bit favored going second, right? He's picking up the Luffy. And also, just really quick, I believe I'll have be able to find their deck list, so I'll pop them on the screen right now if I can do so. The Garb coming down to search picks up the Luffy. Try to see what else he bottom decked from that, but got the Luffy. Definitely, if you can pick up the 5-cost Luffy, that'll definitely help you because it can help you draw. It looks like he's cycling through a Rygo. Is that a Gecko? Yeah, so he does bottom deck a Rygo and a Gecko off of that, which is unfortunate. Hopefully I think he has one Gecko at least in hand from the scene. Robin just poking 5, pitching is it the Veggie? Yeah, Veggie to ramp. Luffy player letting that go. Getting the Sabo. Again, not a huge deal if some of the stuff goes into trash, right? For Luffy, as you can just get a lot of it back. Unless it's like a Gecko Moria or something like that, but gets the Rocket Luffy from draw. And Robin player didn't even play out anything with that 3 Dawn. I thought they were going to play like a Saw or something. Using the Frankie just to draw one. I want to take a look at the Robin player's hand, honestly, to see why they're going so aggressive. But yes, you do get to draw one with Frankie. You just don't get to play him out unless you have 1 or less life, right? You still get to draw even if you're at 3, 2, 4, like however many. And then swinging with Garp, countering out. Looks like maybe he had a lot of 2Ks as he pitched one to ramp in the initial turn, right, on 3 Dawn. And then countering out and then using a Frankie trigger, right? He looks like he is picking up 6 Dawn. We could see the 6-drop Robin come out or Zoro. I don't know. Yep, the 6-drop Robin. So Banisher trashing his top life. Flampe. I feel like this matchup for Robin, it comes down to a lot of like, if we can get the trash and the banish on crucial cards, not just the 5-cost bodies or the kid versions, that can help, right? If you can trash or banish a 2K counter, a Gecko Moria, it can hurt them a lot, right? But Sabo coming down, drawing into a Garp and another Rocket Luffy or an Egghead Luffy. I totally agree. I think he should be Egghead Luffy. Let's see what he pitches. Looks like 1 Egghead. And the event. Okay. Yeah, I think he probably needs more. And then going 6 of life. See if he counters this. He takes. Okay. Yeah. Fortunately, his hand just seems to be completely off screen. So we're not able to see. But if the Black Yellow Luffy player doesn't have a ton of Gecko Morias in hand, right, you probably won't want to be searching a lot with events and such, in the risk of bottom decking them, you know, as we saw one of their first Gecko Morias, like one of their first searches got bottom decked, and then going just 5. It looks like he holding what, 3 Dawn, 4 Dawn, separating the Dawn. Okay, Gadatsu. Interesting. No KO, but I guess just have another 6K body. not the worst. And then a Brûlée. I like Brûlée because not only does it trigger out from life, but if you get the table shaken, my goodness, the 6-drop Robin that you see on the board, that trigger from the Robin is you can play out a 3-cost or lower yellow character from your hand. So that Brûlée, if it's in your hand, Robin triggers out of life, you can play Brûlée, get a blocker, right? Same with Saul. Looks like they're playing out the Ivankov, which trashes a life, and then you can reveal, put I think a 5-cost, right? Yeah, I think it, and just double checking what it was because he put it pretty quickly. Speed running through this to get the 5-cost Luffy out. He's playing fast. Going down to no life, buffing up the 5-cost Luffy with that. I guess they have the Ivankov is a blocker, right? So they have 2 blockers and 7k leader. Luffy player playing so fast, not even attaching the 2 Dom before using leader ability. Crazy. But putting 2 Egghead Luffy, he's just fast. Some people, you know, they just play very quickly, you know. Okay. The Nico Obia, which is a draw 3, trash 2 from life. Again, I think maybe the Robin player trashing 1/6 Robin. Maybe the hand is just a little wonky right now because he triggered the Frankie, he triggered the Olvia, which I also think you should just probably trigger most Olvias right out of life unless you need that 2k counter immediately. But digging 3 cards deep is pretty good. So now Luffy is the 7k lead, 2 blockers. Okay, Yamato coming out. KO the Ivankov, right? Yep, that came out after Sabo. Sabo's last turn. So then heal and then just passing. So yeah, my whole strategy always with Robin in this matchup is a very grindy matchup where you just have to rely on getting 9k bodies out and pressuring life early with the banish so they don't have a huge hand size. So that way after you get like 2 to 3 9k bodies out, you can hopefully pressure their life and hand size even more, right? It's a very late game type of thing. Luffy at Tendon. Raigo coming out to get rid of the Yamato. And then Luffy coming out to play the 5-cost Egghead. And then popping the Brûlée blocker, drawing a card. Still, I don't think... and then pitching the Egghead Luffy to bring back 2 more. Going 8. And then they have a 9k swing, right? Because leader only buffed up once, no? Countering out. With the Gum Gum Giant. Nice. Okay, Saul coming out. He is, as long as your leader is Nico Robin, he is a free play this card trigger out of life, and he's a 3/5 blocker. So Luffy over here is only 7k, but the Robin player only has 2 6k bodies out. So we'll have to commit Don to swing it all and probably wanting to heal as we're down to 1 life, right? The best part, like, hope for us again is the early game pressure from the banish swings from Robin, right? Here we could hope to just bottom deck some of those. Looks like only 3 in hand, so definitely could math out some swings here, right? To hopefully get a lot of these connecting to bottom deck those Egghead Luffys. Again, if a leader swing does connect to one of those top... Ooh, okay. So he's carrying one of the Garps. Again, trying to establish those big bodies. If a leader attack from Banish does connect to a face-up card on Black Yellow Luffy, it will still go to the trash because Banish sends a card straight to the trash rather than your hand. So it's not adding a card from life to your hand. So it doesn't go through with the Black Yellow Luffy's leader ability, right? So if you were to swing Robin into the Luffy leader and it connects here, that AK Luffy would go to trash. Just something to keep in mind in this matchup. And I guess in general, if you have anything with Banish against Black Yellow Luffy. But Gekomori coming out, just playing the Egghead Luffy, buffing up to 7. Then going to use leader ability, I assume, bring out another Sabo. Yep, popping the Saw. Pitching a Kuzan, the 4-drop, putting out a Sabo. So going to be a 9k leader. Luckily now we have a 9k body over on the Robin side with Yamato. 8k coming in. But with these big swings, you know, we're going to need a lot of counter or just a heal again next turn. So then 11 looks like we're taking. Another Olvia trigger. Okay, so 3, trash 2. Pretty good, pretty good. Hopefully to find an answer for next turn to play out. Because again, I'll probably need... best case scenario to stay healthy here is another Yamato and having a Gum Gum Giant just to defend. But we'll see. We'll see. Looking through the trash now. See, I think we've seen a lot of 2Ks from the Robin player. Which could be a problem if this goes for another turn. But I don't know if you can really push for game now with you need to see the stress in their face. Honestly, yeah, pretty hard predicament to be in, right? Because I believe the Luffy player has 2 Sabos out. Yep, so 2 blockers, 1 life. He is 9k now. Going 9 into Luffy, just letting the Sabo block, right? Okay. So down to 0 life, definitely need a heal coming out or else probably just... Okay, yep. Ace. Good move. Now we can definitely swing in, probably get another Sabo block. I don't know if he's going to give enough counter here. Again, looking through the trash. Probably to see... Definitely well worth taking the time to look through the trash here as you're mathing out what kind of last life that could be. If it is a trigger that can save the Robin, just going 9 at life first. Zero cost to trash a Nami. Okay. And he 0 costed a 1k counter and then gave 2 more 1k counters. So maybe showing, again, not a lot of 2ks right now. Is okay. Again, just moving very quickly. Played out the kid version of Luffy to... Okay, got the Veggie. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Veggie coming out definitely to save him there. Holy. So Luffy coming in to draw him a card. And then pitching to heal. But leaving him only at a 7k leader, right? But nope, coming down for a Sabo to buff him up to 9k. Drawing 2, trashing 2. Okay. So we know we got rid of an Egghead Luffy. 9k, 1 blocker, 1 life. Is that 2 in hand? Yeah. here's where things can get a little rough. We'll see. Straightening out the... Yeah. I don't know. I totally get at like these very high stakes matches, right? Playing a little fast. So he's playing out the Rush Sanji to rest his blocker. This is kind of crazy because now he has 3 Dawn left active, right? Going 11 at life, I assume. Yep. And then going another 11 and then still has... Okay. The Sanji swing, is that enough? Does he have... Oh, no. Yeah, he's a 7k leader. Right, he is a 7k leader. All right, well, looks like Black-Yellow takes the game. But interesting. Okay. Yeah, the Sanji coming out to arrest the Sabo blocker definitely can be crucial and help you get through the end there. Again, I would have loved to see what else the Robin player had in hand. Right, but it didn't look like he had a ton to survive another turn, especially because if he doesn't play out the Sanji, then he has the Sabo blocker to block out whatever he goes to swing at on board, right? I doubt he could probably clear his board while also healing at all if he did have a heal. But also looking through the Luffy player's trash, right? I don't think we went through the trash on there to see what he was pitching, but yeah, with such a low hand size and only 1 life, I think you just got to go for it. Looks like Robin's going first again. But yeah, definitely at some point you just have to kind of go for it. With the lower hand size, you know, only 1 life, but being a 9k leader definitely does help, right? Just going 5 banish, pitching the Frankie. Losing the Luffy, but, you know, can get that back later, but you'll obviously want to see that Luffy early on. Swinging at life, getting the Soul out super early. Kuzan coming down. We'll see if the Robin does any removal. We saw that they had the 5-cost Nami Egghead for some removal, so we could see the Kuzan getting KO'd this turn. That would hurt hand size a lot for Robin, right? If we want to ramp at all. We do. Trashing, that is the Onami. Okay. So trashing Onami. Getting counter out from the Luffy player. Obviously, the Kuzan isn't the biggest threat right now. However, if it's kept on the board, could be an issue for maybe some of your bigger bodies. But getting that top life trash with Robin, definitely good. Again, making it so the Black-Yellow Luffy player has as little amount of resources in hand as possible for late game really is your best bet. So just going 5 at life, minusing Robin. Takes the life, no trigger, it seems. We'll see if he can. He is at 2 life, right? So we could see an Egghead Luffy, yep, coming down to pop the Robin. But that does mean that Saul is still up as a blocker, just going 6 of life now, giving a 2k from the Veggie. Let's see. Probably see a swing into the Kuzan. Yep. Letting it go. Again, probably just wanted to keep as much counter in his hand as possible, knowing that he's going to lose resources from his life due to the banish, right? He's going 5. Losing the Egghead Luffy. For now, at least, we'll definitely be able to bring it back. Not hitting anything crazy off of the life for the Luffy player, right? Like, they're all mostly things that he can just get back if he wants to later. And then Yamato coming down. No heal. No KO. However, big body really early. This could be troublesome, right? We could see a Raigo coming out. Which we see a Hiyori 2K counter to take top last life and replace it, probably with a 5-cost body. Trying to see through his hand. Okay, now we see him looking through his trash real quick to the Robin. Okay, so he was, I think he was looking to see what he trashed from the Robin. Okay, and then Luffy coming out. Play out probably the Rocket or the Egghead Luffy. Yep. Pop the Saw and draw. Okay. I think I see one Gecko. Oh no, that's a Sabo. That's the Alt Art Sabo. 2 Alt Art Sabos in there. Is that no Geckos in hand? Pressing 1 Don for the Searcher. Who's on Flampe? I'm just looking to see what else he's bottom decking with his searches. Okay. Takes the Kid Luffy. Yeah, I don't think I see a Gecko in hand, which definitely not great for Black Halo Luffy, right? And then we're going to obviously pitch for leader ability, but with no blockers on the board, we could see a lot of pressure on his life. Brûlé coming out as that free blocker. Again, these are things that can just get popped with the Egghead Luffy. However, that does require them to either not play out a second Sabo from life or, you know, commit Don playing that out. So he's a 7k lead, swinging 9. Still all that Don up. So he counters out. Playing Ace. Nice, just applying more pressure, getting more big bodies. All right. Stacking on the pressure. Again, even if we see a Raigo coming out, now you still have that big body that survived from the previous turn. Yep. So Raigoing the Ace. But again, we still have the Yamato on board. So more for the Rocket Luffy to, I guess, pop the Brûlé. Drawing him a card. Gets the Kid Sabo from that draw. Pitching the Searcher event for leader ability. Bring back a Sabo and Egghead Luffy. Okay. I'm just going life, no trigger, it seems. Okay, let's see if he has a second ace to follow it up with. That would be an insane amount of pressure, right? If not, probably could see a split between lead and Yamato to just try and get rid of some of these cards. Obviously, again, the leader swing. Okay, Gadatsu coming out. The leader swing would send the card to trash. So swinging 9 at life with the Yamato needs 2k and 1k, but it just goes straight. That losing another Egghead Luffy definitely hurts there. Okay, wait, am I wrong? Or is that is not supposed to work like that? Maybe it's an error on the sim, and maybe it's an error of my game understanding, but since it is banish, that card would not go to your hand. So as per the Black Halo Luffy's leader ability, it would go to trash instead. Am I wrong? Have I been wrong this whole time? Right? So Sabo coming out. Kind of crazy. I mean, maybe that's something that doesn't get caught. Using the 1 Don for the Gum Gum Giant. Yep, okay. Draw 2. Still need... Okay, put back the Don. Yep, 1 more counter. Yep. Well, from everything, as per the rules, your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of the deck instead of to your hand. However, with Banish, those cards aren't being sent to your hand, so they would still go to the trash instead. I believe that was a mistake. I don't know. So blocks out with the Sabo here. See, just a 7 poke. Okay, 7k. All right. So yeah, not a lot of counter, obviously, as that connects. We'll see just a Frankie coming out. Probably just have another body in case he just swings into the Gadatsu. But just burning the resources out of the Black Yellow Luffy player's hand, right? Putting him in a rough spot here. Not a lot of cards from the... look at the face. Oh, man. Yeah, the Gecko coming down. Bringing back just a Nami, which gets you the draw, right? Which is another blocker. And then Sabo coming out, leader ability. So obviously we'll see Sabo and then 1 life. Okay. So he'll have 2 blockers, 1 life. So unless we get... Let's see, a 9k swing. Another Gum Gum Giant coming out at Gadatsu. So is that 9 at Gadatsu? So with 2 blockers, 1 life. Definitely needs some kind of rush. I don't know. Maybe we could see another Sanji coming down to rest one of those blockers. And then just another swing. Looks like it's at life. He's reaching for it. I don't know. I think they're waiting on something. Okay, yeah, no, resting for the Gum Gum Giant, it appears, yeah. Yep. Pitching the Beji. Let's see what if he draws into Gadatsu, okay. To get out of it. Yep, it looked like it was at life. Uh-huh. Alright, so let's see. Luffy player doesn't have a lot of counter in hand, it seems. But 2 blockers, 1 life, 7k lead. You could see, you know, like... Ooh, is that an ace coming down? Sanji. Okay, yeah. So here we have 3 Don left. You can rest that Sabo for sure. So swinging 7 with the Sanji, getting the block out. And then you can have 2 more 7k swings. So if he has no counter at all, that is it. Olvia coming out, buffing the Robin, going 9 instead. That is it. So he could have countered out, right? He had a 2k counter, but ends up getting it. That is a great way to tie it up 1-1. All right, going into game 3. Again, I'm trying to confirm, but yeah, I think that 1 swing for the Sabo that was from life, like the banish swing, was supposed to go to his trash rather than bottom deck. Flampe coming out, taking life and drawing. Trying to get a good look at his hand, but he goes real fast with it. No offense, like people that play fast, right? Obviously, everyone has their own play style, everything, but I'm just trying to take a look. Looks like he has a Gekkomore in hand, taking the Kid Sabo. It's going so fast, I feel like I'm just trying to get a good look at his hand, but we can't even see the Robin player's hand anyway, so not that it matters. I guess we're playing with what we see on the board. So, swinging, pitching the Onami. Okay. Gets a Kuzan. No 3-Don play. Swinging life, no trigger. And then Flampe coming out for another swing. It's 4, so it's just another 5k. Just taken again. Interesting. Maybe he wanted something for the following turn, maybe a 6-Don turn play, right? Another Robin or so. Or, well, no, he's at 2 life, so he wouldn't be able to use the Robin to trash. You have to be at 3 life to trust with the Robin. He plays like a good Gadatsu. He plays like a Gadatsu. Okay. KO's the Flampe. Goes looking at 6. Banish. Pitching the Robin. Yeah, because it's too late to use it. And then... was that another Flampe from life, though? Taking the last life with Flampe. Drawing. Lead ability. Still 3 Don up, that is. So we could see a 7k lead coming out with 1 life. Yep, pitching the Sabo. Then putting Sabo and Luffy to life. So we'll see a 7k lead with a Sabo blocker, right? Kind of crazy. I'm just generally glad that in this tournament, right, we saw some new set 9 leaders. Especially Robin. So just a 10k swing. It looks like a life. Takes no trigger. But we should be up to 9 Don. So could see a heal coming out with Yamato. But that would mean no pressure currently on the BY Luffy's hand or life, as he wouldn't be able to swing with anything else. Yep, just 9 for Yamato. Counting nothing, right? Because it is protected by the Sabo. Not that it matters too much. The Flampe, you never know. He might split with Flampe, try and kill, but it is protected by KO from the Sabo blocker. I just think it's interesting with all 3 matches, same turn order, right? Obviously, Robin wants to go first because it gives you your best chance of, the quickest chance of ramping into a 9 cost body, right? And then obviously Black Yellow Luffy wants to get to that even curves, right? For the leader ability and playing out the kid versions and then eventually Gakumori and everything. I just wonder how a matchup goes if you take second away from Black Yellow Luffy. You know, maybe if your deck for Robin is geared more with like a 2-ton or a 4-don turn play. Got the lights coming out to distract them. Luffy coming out. So buffing up the leader. And then we'll see leader ability coming out. So we see a Raigo. Could honestly... right, how much Don does he have left? That's 6 left, right? We do see a Gakumori, so at least for following turns, we'll probably see that Gakumori combo coming out. Leader swing. No trigger, but put down 1 life again, so he can see a heal. Yep. So the Raigo coming out to get rid of that Yamato. But at least that means, you know, that's a big Don commitment. 6 Don. But getting rid of those 9k power bodies is, it hurts. It hurts. Again, just having something that can swing into a Black Yellow Luffy after he's buffed up to 9k with no Don commitment, that is huge, right? That is huge. That's why I personally like the purple Charlotte Linlin, right? A lot of people cut it or don't run too many copies, but I feel like for this matchup, it can really help you a lot. Just getting rid of one of their bodies, preferably something that is not a 5-cost brother, right? That they can just get back from trash, but while also healing and establishing a 9k power body, right? Personally, I don't think that Robin has a terrible time into Black Yellow Luffy. It just, again, depends on what they're losing out from those first banish swings into life. So now we're seeing the Yamato coming out, KO in the Flampe. That pesky Flampe. But now we are at 10 Don. We can see the Gecko Moria play coming out. He's already getting his dice ready. Wondering what he's going to bring back, though. So, yep, buffing the Luffy up first. That 8k power. Swinging out first. Saw. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Again, if that means that he commits one of these life to be... Oh, okay. So it's just the Sabo and the Garp. Garp effect first. Get the Sabo. Seeing the stress of, you know, our Robin player. It's unfortunate, yeah, when he just gets the pieces that he needs over on the Black Yellow Luffy player's side. But establishing another Sabo blocker, right? And then that looks like the 5-cost Sabo, the yellow Sabo, which KOs a 5-cost by trashing one of your life on play. But now we can probably just block out with this all, yep, in case he just gets KO'd later. But now with 2 blockers, 1 life, 7k. Again, not a horrible spot to go for game if you can get rid of... Could get rid of a blocker with a Sanji. But probably going to want to push this one more turn. Look for hand size. I think it's around 4? 4 or 5. Swinging 9 in life. Blocking out immediately. I do see at least a Flampe in there and another Gecko. Right? That a Garp as well. He just goes so quick with his hand shuffling, I can't see. But the ace coming down, that's fine. They're not playing for us to watch, right? They're playing for themselves to win this big tournament, right? That's their goal. So they're going 10, blocking out with the Sabo. Let's see. So it looked like, yeah, we had another Gecko in hand. And it looks like he is using the 5-cost Luffy ability to trash that life, draw a card, buffs him up 8k. Another Gecko Moria coming out. Oh man, seeing the pain in our Robin player's face. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. When the second Gecko Moria comes out, it is unfortunate, right? It is unfortunate when they got the Geckos, they got the Geckos. But when you have a deck that draws and cycles so much with Sabos and that 5-cost Luffy, right? Or Egghead Luffy, it's bound to find their pieces eventually. You know, it would be more unlikely that they don't find something with how much they're cycling with Sabos and such. Okay. So we got the 9k power leader and 2 Sabo blockers. And a pretty decent hand size from the looks of it. Zero costing Gudatsu. And Beji. Okay. So it looks like that was that 9k at life. And now we're going to be going 11 at life. Gets a Brulee. Not bad. Not bad. But I'm going to be honest. Even if we could heal, like with another ace, it would be a rough spot. Still, even with the Brulee, 1 life. Because I don't think we would have... The Luffy's 8k power. Gecko's 9. I don't think we could clear board, especially with the hand size and 2 blockers up. Looks like the Luffy's definitely has some counter in his hand. Definitely got some counter. We'll probably see just an effort to go for game here, but I just want to see how he splits with his Don, right? If he's got Olvia in his hand to buff up leader, that is a great Don efficient way to get an extra swing in there. However, they just basically, okay, going for the Luffy. Letting it go. Again, just wants to probably keep all of his counter in his hand. And honestly, with 2 geckos on board, your opponent can be at most 1 life. You don't really need the Luffy. He's kind of overkill in terms of how many swings you need. Maybe see a Yamato coming down. Who knows? Oh, okay. Is that a... It's a 12k swing with Yamato. Blocks out with Sabo. Okay. How are we doing with the Dawn here? Okay. Oh no. He's still at 5 cards now. 2 blockers. Okay, so 3 blockers now with Saul, 2 Brulés, and 1 Dawn open. Interesting. Honestly, is that enough? No life, but 3 blockers and probably, I'm assuming maybe a Gum Gum Giant, right? 4 swings, gets out of 1 of them with just a 2k counter. 9 gets a Brulé. Another 9 gets another Brulé. And that looks like it's going to be another Gecko Moria. That is... The pain in his face is so palpable and so real. Man, I feel it. And that's going to be 2 more Sabos coming out. Well, just the 2, right? But yeah, not really got any cards out of the Luffy Play's hand. Now just cycling. Yeah, honestly, not a bad plan. I like it. Like, the 3 blockers, it bought him time. If he doesn't have a 3rd Gecko, which again, I honestly feel like you can't expect, if you don't look through the trash and find them, I don't honestly expect there to be 1 in there. With how many times he's played these Sabos out, digging 2 times, like 2 cards each time, it's not unlikely that he finds all of them, right? And just blocks out with the Saul from the 11 from leader. Now we've got situation again where you essentially need all 3 of these swings to go through, right? He has 2 blockers, no life. So you would need all 3 swings to be over the amount of counter that he has in his hand. Otherwise, he just blocks out both and then counters out the 3rd, right? But if you swing high enough that he can't counter out any of them every single time, then obviously, yeah, you got it. But not looking likely. What is the best math you can do here? Obviously, just 1 Dawn on ace gets you an 11 swing, 9 Dawn left. You go 11, 11, 12, I think, right? 1 Dawn on ace, 2 Dawn on Yamato. That gets you 2 11 swings. That leaves you 7 Dawn left. So you go 12 with leader. That's not bad, but then your opponent only has to have a 2k and a 1k to get out of 1 11k swing, and then they've got it, right? But if you got Olvia, right, the 1 Dawn, ooh, okay, not bad, not bad. Getting rid of 1 blocker. Now you only need 2 swings to go through. Unfortunately, Sanji can't reach him as he's only 7k body, right? Just swinging at the Sabo blocker, I guess, to try and bait out counter, but at this point, yep, he counters out of the 1. Okay. Still got 2 Dawn. If you've got the Olvia, now's the time to play it. You could get another. Yeah, he doesn't have it, unfortunately. 3 Gecko Morias gets you there, but that's what Black Yellow Luffy does, right? Playing out Sabos consistently, digs for your pieces. helps you set up perfectly your hand for late game, right? But again, hats off to both of the competitors here. The Robin being in top 32 is so cool to see. I loved it. Again, congrats to both of these people. I'm not really familiar with them, but really cool games. Again, I want to see more of these new leaders. I want to see more Robin in these tournaments. Hopefully I'll be may be able to make it out to One Piece Day in Texas, and maybe I can make Robin work there. But again, I'll have the deck list somewhere in the description or on the screen at some point, hopefully. And let me know. Yeah. Let me know if you guys have been playing either of these decks, what you thought about the matches. A lot of stakes being into these, day twos of regionals, right? A lot of pressure, especially being on stream, right? But I think they both played pretty well. I would have liked to see the hands at any point, right? Couldn't really see the Robin players' hand on the right, but it is what it is. Again, they're not playing for us, the stream and the viewers, so much as they're playing for themselves, trying to win this tournament, right? They're not here to entertain or put on the best showing, right? That's the job of production, right? But either way, really cool matches. Again, I just had to watch and react to this because I've been playing so much Robin, so I was very excited to see the matchup, and I'm glad to see that it was kind of a close game, right? That third game could have gone either way, depending on if the Luffy just went one turn without seeing his pieces that he needed. I liked it. Very close matches. But either way, let me know what you think down in the comments of the matches. What do you guys think of nationals in general, both in Latin America and in just ours, one in Florida? If y'all went, let me know how it was for you. And yeah, leave a like on the video, subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.